Hello, it's Sadie. I wanted to come on and do the first part of the 2024 yearly energy reading. It is going to be a very interesting year. We are moving into an 8-year, and that's good. 8 in the tarot represents the Strength card. We will have our mettle tested, is what I was told. This is a year for strength building. Physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually is what we are coming into. Here's the thing about the Strength card. We are always being led and guided by greater forces than ourselves, okay? And so the traditional Strength card in the Rider-Waite Tarot has the infinity symbol. And just know that there are infinite possibilities and infinite potentials always available to you if you are in divine alignment with your higher self, with your heart, with your soul. There's always a solution, there's always an opportunity, and there's always something that can help to support you and your greater strength and sovereignty. But the year of 2024 is about us stepping up into our strength, stepping up into our full power, and stepping up into our full sovereignty. There is no more procrastination. There is no more waiting. If you're not taking the action, the universe is going to take the action for you to put you in the position that you are meant to be in. I am experiencing this now. And that's why I haven't been on as much, literally from the beginning of December to now, which I am filming this on the 23rd. I am changed locations, but I'm in a temporary location. My car broke down, so I don't know what's going on with that, if I had to get a new vehicle or if my vehicle can be fixed. And changing jobs, leaving a job, moving into my own stuff because I am being pushed into service. And it's time, but it's a very uncertain space. With the Death card, the Pluto energy is going to be very strong for all of us in 2024. There's a lot of uncertainty. There's going to be a lot of endings. There's going to be a lot of change. There's going to be a lot of transformation. And, this is the hand of fate, the wheel of fortune. What is meant for you will find you, and what is not meant for you is going to shift out. And it could shift out in a very shocking and unexpected way. And so this is a time to not fight the inevitable endings that are coming into your life, the inevitable changes that need to take place, again, to put you in your power. This is an important time for all of us to trust our strength, to trust and have courage and faith to face it all. The good, the bad, the endings, but also the beautiful new beginnings with the star energy, the beautiful miracles, the blessings, the grace, the peace. The star energy is going to be very, very powerful because Pluto is going to officially move into Aquarius next year, 2024. It kind of retrogrades back into Capricorn and then goes back into Aquarius. But once it moves back into Aquarius towards the end of the year in November, it is going to be in Aquarius for like 20 years. So this is the age of Aquarius. Welcome to the new dawn is what I'm hearing. With the star card, because the star is an 8, it's 17. And when you break down 1 and 7, add it together, that's an 8. This is a year, though, of where you're going to need to follow your true north. Whatever the calling of your heart, whatever the calling of your soul is, that is the energy of this year. That North Star in your life is going to be so bright and blinding that it's going to take your full attention and awareness, and it's going to make you focus on it. And so understand though, this is your, not just your highest dreams and your highest timeline, but this is your divine destiny. This is the wish fulfillment of everything that you want and desire. But again, it does change. It takes a lot of change. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of faith. And it takes a lot of being in your power and being strong to deal with not just the unforeseen forces that are moving you forward, but also the unexpected shifts that we're all going to experience individually and collectively that are trying to push us into our highest path and our greatest light. This is a year with the star 2 is where some of you might be called to speak. It's Aquarius energy, so it's air energy, speaking, communication, having a platform, being seen, being known, not hiding is also going to be very important. And for some of you, that's a big struggle and it's a big challenge, but you're going to need to do that because it's part of your path and it's part of your destiny. We also have the eights of the tarot. And there's this game that I used to play with my mom, a card game called Crazy Eights. And what Spirit was saying with the 8-year is that there is a lot of accelerated motion. Things are going to change on a dime. Things are going to be very like up and down because that infinity symbol is about ebb and flow. It's very dualistic. There are two sides. Things go up, things go down, things go up, things go down. Yes, there's infinite possibilities, but it's infinite possibilities on both sides of that symbol. And so that could bring in a lot of fear. It can bring in a lot of anxiety for people, again, because it's going to force us and push us forward to walk away from the things that no longer serve us and to follow our light, to follow our North Star, to follow our true north, to follow that inner light within us that's calling us forward into bigger and better and greater things. So you could see a lot of shifts in relationships, in career, etc., for not just yourself personally, but for the collective. The one thing too that eights bring in is abundance. And so this year could bring in a lot of abundance, but it's abundance that's related to your soul calling and your soul purpose. It is not necessarily related to the 3D work and the matrix system that is meant to kind of suck your energy and drain your abundance. This is a year where, because Pluto is going to move into Aquarius, where innovation and really thinking outside of the box is going to be, and being creative is going to be what brings you your greatest abundance and your greatest wish fulfillment. For some, it's going to be the ideas and the inspiration that you receive that ends up being like your life's work, your work of art, the thing that you're meant to share and give to the world. And so there's a lot of beautiful energy this year, but I'm not going to lie, because of the dualistic nature of the infinity symbol and the number 8 itself. Even though it's a balanced energy, it's still dualistic. There are two clear, distinct sides. It could be a year that brings in a lot of challenges, individually and collectively. One of the things too that Spirit was bringing through is the energy of water is going to be very strong. Neptune is the 8th planet. Neptune is the god of the seas and mythology. But also Scorpio is the 8th house. And Scorpio is a water sign. And so those 8th house themes, again, death, rebirth, transformation, big change, endings, loss. Other things that are 8th house are sex, taxes, other people's money. So there could be a lot in the collective around eighth house and plutonian things. Oh, and power struggles. Okay. You're going to see this in government and politics and relationships, more scandals, more of the truth of things coming into the light, as it's been happening over the last few years, specifically after all the Harvey Weinstein stuff and the Me Too movement. You could see an emergence of that, or something to that nature, where it's not just women but men coming forward, which you've seen recently about different people who've said, you know, this person harassed me, this person sexually abused me, etc. Like, all of those things are going to be more. You're going to see more scandals related to children and children's issues, especially related to Hollywood and the entertainment industry. And so all of those themes are going to come into the light. That is part of what the age of Aquarius is, the darkness being seen for what it is, everything being sort of unearthed, brought into public awareness, brought into the public arena, being seen, being known. And again, sometimes it's the exposure of something that brings the end to something. And so even though some of these things could be very challenging for the collective, many of us on the spiritual path are already aware of these things, and we're just going to have to, again, hold our strength, hold our center, and kind of be the strength and the lighthouse for others who are going to go through mass awakening. That is one of the energies of this year as well, which is great. You know, you're going to have a bunch of people wake up. There's going to be a mass exodus of the matrix system. It's a false system. It's a false construct. It is sort of moving people away from, again, that true north energy, moving people away from their heart, moving people away from their soul. You're going to see mass, not just layoffs, but mass people quitting their jobs. You're going to see huge relationships changes. You're going to see businesses that were thriving just one day and, you know, close, file for bankruptcy. Our broken foundational structure is going to collapse and continue to be transformed. But that's also could be challenging, because the thing that you relied on, that job that you relied on, or the way you make money that you've always relied on, could be gone tomorrow. And so that's part of why there is this big push and emphasis of following your path, paying attention to your true north, listening and really focusing on your purpose, your heart, your soul. What are you being called to? Because that's what's going to be your source for abundance, for support, for everything that you need. Because it's not just going to be for yourself, but it's going to be for helping others. Because that's the age that we are moving into. And so things that are part of the old age are going to die, and things that are part of the new age are going to be birthed. And so with that, you're going to see massive technology changes, but you're also going to see more spirituality, more mysticism, more creativity, more divinity, more intuition. You're going to be more intuitively guided. You're going to be more trusting and listening to your intuition. Some of the things that Spirit was saying is the internal revolution becomes the external revolution, and the internal revolution is going to happen for many millions upon millions of people on the earth. And so it's going to change things hugely in our physical realm. The other thing too, and I mentioned this briefly, is the invisible becomes visible. That which was hidden underneath the surface, the good and the bad, is going to be seen. There is no more hidden hand. There is no more hidden in plain sight. It is seen. It is known. And some people are going to really struggle with that, because their perception and their idea of the world and how it works is going to radically change. just hold space for love and compassion for everyone, because the negative side of this energy is that with Neptune, and then you've got Saturn in Pisces, more psychosis, more mental illness, more really heavy emotions because of that water energy. It's going to stir up a lot of emotions, a lot of triggers, more addiction. Addiction could be on the rise significantly, and there even could be like new drugs and substances that people begin to use that become sort of an epidemic, a big problem in the collective over this next year. Okay, so pay attention to that. The other thing I wanted to bring through too, though, is with all the emotion is the accelerant, okay? And that accelerated motion that I was talking about with the eights, and you've got the Eight of Wands. This is a year where you're going to notice how your emotions direct the flow of energy. And so it's not just what you're focusing on, but it's how you feel. You're really going to come into the awareness of how your feelings are going to dictate your course and dictate the things that manifest for you, or even the challenges that come in for you. And so emotional regulation is going to be very, very important in 2024. If you find yourself falling into this space, important just to like honor that you're feeling that, but then shift yourself out of it quickly. We are growing more powerful by the minute with the solar flares, with all the energy that is bombarding us right now. We are growing more powerful by the minute. And so this is part of that, testing our mettle and really honing into your strength. You are more powerful than you know. You are more powerful than you give yourself credit. And this is a time to not allow your emotions to overpower you, but to take the reins, to take control, and to guide yourself through any sort of challenges that you are feeling with any emotions or mental disturbances that come up. It's normal and natural to have those things, but as you become more powerful, as you become more sovereign, you also will begin to manifest more quickly, and there's no lag time. And so you just want to try and work on emotional regulation, what you're focusing on, no matter how bad it is, or no matter how bad your circumstances seem. Again, there's infinite possibilities, infinite solutions, and infinite ways that the universe and God and spirit and whatever you believe in is trying to support you and trying to bring in that divine inspiration to help you and to move you forward. And so choose faith over fear. More than ever, choose faith over fear. Anything else that I wanted to bring through before I do? Oh, so yeah, Jupiter is going to move into Gemini, which is actually really nice energy. This happens in May of 2024, but Jupiter's in Taurus right now. It's going to move into Gemini, which is going to bring expansion again to social media platforms, technology, communication. And this is going to be an avenue in which many people find ways to become financially independent from that matrix system, from the 3D, from the 9 to 5. And so if you are feeling called, all right, really listen to that. Let go of fear and just move in the direction that your soul is guiding you to. Again, because that is not just your soul's path, but it is that wish fulfillment. It is what's going to bring you all the abundance and everything that you need to live a soul-inspired and really beautiful, divinely guided life. All right. So with that, let's start with Beyond Lemuria Oracle cards. And this is the part 1 of this video. I am going to do a part 2 with more predictions of what's going to happen in the collective. Right. I just don't know when that's going to be done. As my life is in flux right now, it'll be whenever Spirit says, okay, it's time for you to do the video. Right. Higher self, Holy Spirit, guides, guardians, and angels of unconditional love. What are the main themes for 2024? Of course. And, well, that one kind of flew out, and then I flew it back. Okay. As I was saying, water is going to be a huge theme, right? Water is adaptable. It can be all things. It can flow. It can freeze. If it gets boiled, it becomes a vapor. And so this is a year where it's going to be important to be flexible like water and adaptable, but also to kind of allow and go with the flow of the current of your life. Where is the universe taking you? What is the universe pushing you towards? What's ending and leaving, and where are you being guided to? And that's where surrender comes in strongly. Not my will, but thy will be done. You have to surrender to the forces that are greater than your ego. And sometimes that is the hardest and most difficult thing in the world to do because you want to go one way, but Spirit wants you to go a different way. And so don't resist changes. Don't resist transformation. Just surrender. Surrender and go with the flow. Sound of the universe. It's funny, I rarely pull this card in this deck, but it is about toning and the vibrational. Everything has a vibration. Everything is vibration. But in that vibration, there are tones and there are frequencies and there are sequences and there are messages. And so this is going to be an important year of listening to the sound of the universe, whether that is through toning, whether that is through music, whether that is through certain frequencies. Those frequencies are going to help to tune you and help you to get into alignment with your chakras, with your highest path, with your soul's purpose, and really help you get into alignment with everything that you want and desire in your life. That's where the overflow is going to come in. When you surrender and you allow yourself to sort of be divinely guided fully and attuned to the higher frequencies, that's when your alignment comes. That's when everything flows. That's when it just is. There's no resistance. There's no struggle. It's just perfect alignment. And trust your innocence. Trust your heart. Trust your soul. Trust that inner light. For some of you, trust your innocence is about reclaiming your inner child and doing more inner child work. That part of you that may have been lost or wounded or abandoned a long time ago because you had to be older and wiser than your age, or you went through some tragic, horrible trauma that sort of disconnected you from yourself. They're telling me soul fragments. And so for some of you, that alignment is going to be a reclamation of the soul fragments. But it comes with really just loving and trusting yourself. Trusting your heart, trusting your soul, no matter what is in your environment, no matter who is projecting their stuff at you. You know who you are. Trust that. Because that ultimately brings you into freedom. Last card of the deck. And I love this card because it's the dragonfly, which again, adaptability. The dragonfly is one of the only creatures that can actually change direction mid-flight. There may be a need this year to change direction, to pivot, to completely, throw out the rule book. But that's going to help you to rise above everything that's been constricting you or restricting you, and it's going to help you step into your sovereignty and your freedom. All right? So those are going to be some of the main themes of 2024. Let's get into the tarot. I'm going to use the Rider Waite. And I hope everyone is having a beautiful and blessed holiday season. I miss you guys. I will be on live soon. As I'm cutting the deck, there's that accelerated motion. Eight of Wands. Can't make this up. Like, that's the energy. That is what... Things are moving forward, and they're moving very quickly. And even sometimes that can be very jarring. But there is great movement. There are great shifts and changes that are taking place. Higher self, Holy Spirit, guides, guardians, and angels of unconditional love. What do you want us all to know for 2024 energy? Anything else? All right, love it. I'll take that because I looked at it. Accelerated motion, all right? This also could be related to the need to truly communicate and express yourself, express your truth, because the next card is the Queen of Swords. Got air energy. Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. Speak your truth. Stand up for yourself. Express yourself honestly. Don't be afraid of how other people may interpret what you're saying. You do you, all right? But also with the Queen of Swords, it is about the throat chakra and really coming into a space where you are using communication in a way that brings you abundance. So again, that energy of technology, having a social media platform, really speaking up, using your voice, being seen, being known, for many is going to be the key to self-sustainable financial independence, moving beyond that matrix 3D work environment, working for yourself, creating your own thing, creating your own business. If some of you are feeling like this is a time to create your own business, you're being told yes. It's going to create that generational wealth. It's going to create everything that you want in your financial life and help to move you away from this energy of the Five of Swords. Conflict, challenge, not being able to work with others. For some of you, this is about being independent and going out on your own and letting go of the crowd, stepping away from the crowd. Five of Swords, even though it can be a card of defeat, it equally can be a card of victory. You do have someone who is victorious here. And so your victory is about you being independent, speaking your truth, standing on your own 2 feet, and moving forward, moving beyond what doesn't serve you, moving beyond what's caused you conflict and heartache and pain, moving forward with the Chariot. Again, that's the energy of victory as well. If it didn't work, if it's not serving you, cut it out. Drop the sword, walk away. All right. But we have the Chariot, which is this year, the 7-year, but it's all about forward movement again. So for some of you, this could be like an actual physical move, a relocation. If you've been feeling like you need to move from a certain area, the answer is yes. And you're going to be supported in that move. There could be some unexpected wealth or family support or something that comes that helps you to move forward in a really positive way. The Chariot also represents overcoming obstacles. And so the 7-year could have been like the beginning of a cycle that you needed to learn and go through, to learn and cultivate certain lessons. And now as we're going into the 8-year, you finally have accomplished and learn those lessons, which is going to be that accelerated motion that moves you forward. Okay. We have the Knight of Wands. Moving forward, you want to stay balanced. That's the beautiful energy of the Chariot. It has the Sphinx. It has both the black and the white, which represents masculine and feminine energy, which represents balance. There's that infinity. There's the duality. Okay. This is a year with the Knight of Wands not to make hasty and rash decisions. Really think things through. Really do your research. Really, trust your intuition. If you're making a choice or a decision because you are angry or upset, it actually could be something that ends up being a tower for you. This is a year where we have to be conscientious and mindful, again, of the choices, of our emotions, that emotional regulation. You don't want to create a tower for yourself. However, some may experience towers and have to make rapid changes in movement because, again, there's something that's breaking down that needs to end so that you can move into calmer waters, peace, relief, healing. And again, there's this energy of movement and travel and relocation. So take that if it resonates for you. But for some of you, you are moving homes, you are traveling, going to be traveling more, switching jobs or careers, which allows you to have more travel, allows you to have more money. There are big moves and big changes in your life this year of 2024. There also could be you collaborating with others, you networking with others to bring in more abundance. The sum of the whole is greater than its parts. Each person has something to bring to the table. This could be in your own business. This could be in your career field. This could even be with like family and friends getting together, pooling your resources. But just understand that there is a lot of support around you and you don't have to do it alone. Bottom of the deck is the High Priestess. We are all coming into more of our higher self, more of the mysticism and the ancient knowledge that our soul came to awaken to this lifetime. That is always going to be a theme for everybody. So pay attention to your dreams, your intuition. Aspects of your intuition are going to increase. Aspects of your psychic abilities and channeling abilities and mediumship abilities are going to increase, which for some, that is what you're meant to be doing as well as a career. And that's what's going to be something that facilitates a lot of movement and change in your life as well. All right. So pretty good cards coming out. Tower, though, there are going to be a lot of changes. There are going to be a lot of shakeups in the collective. That is just something that is destined to happen at this time. It's the reason why we all came here now. So we will get through it. We will continue to move forward. And we will stay strong. Final messages from the Healing Waters Oracle. Just flew right out. Let's look at it. This is into the unknown. Yeah, that's the energy. This is underworld, depth, courage, facing your fears. A lot of us are going to have to face our individual and collective fears because of all the changes that are taking place. Just know when you face your fears, you learn to conquer them. And that's a huge victory. And it helps you to, again, build your strength and become a sovereign being. The Sweet Waters, I love this card. Sensuality, romance, enjoyment, fertility, and balance. There's that 8 energy as well with the balance. But for some, this year could be very sweet when it comes to love and romance and allowing yourself to have that kind of pleasure and sensuality. And so open your heart to receive that, however it shows up for you. Thank you. I love this. It says gratitude, appreciating what's sustaining you. Even if you have to go into the unknown and there's aspects of your life that fall apart and end, there's this other really beautiful energy that's going to be sustainable and loving and joyful for you as well. That's kind of what the balance is going to be. That ebb and flow that I was talking about, that duality. You could have one area of your life that's a total crap show and another area of your life that's actually thriving and flourishing. And so just know if that is your experience, you're exactly where you're meant to be. You're not doing it wrong. You haven't done things wrong. It's just getting you and pushing you to adapt and change what doesn't work and what doesn't serve you, and to really focus and hone in on what is serving you, what is sustaining you, what is bringing you joy. Atlantis, keep the big vision, stay in alignment as you grow. All right, alignment's coming in again. Yeah, you know, many of us have this ancient history that is going to be part of our future. And Atlantis, Lemuria, it's all about truly connecting to that aspect of ourselves and bringing those gifts into the present. So keep the vision of the life that you want, keep the vision of the world that you want, and stay in alignment with that as you grow. All right? Anything else, Spirit? Atlantis was they're saying the technology of Atlantis could start to come back online because it was a highly technologically advanced society, even more than we are now. And so you could see some new technologies that are actually revived technologies from that time period, because we're all awakening. It's like there's going to be this remembrance. And one of my favorite cards of this deck, Lady of the Lake, new beginnings, and something is about to happen. There's a new beginning. There is a shift. There is ascension for humanity. Something is about to happen. It's going to be a big year, but it's going to be big in ways that we're not truly expecting. There could be a lot of surprises, but it is going to bring in a lot of new beginnings. Lady of the Lake also was the lady who gave, I think her name was Nimue. She was in Avalon, the one who gave Arthur, who put the sword of truth, the sword in the stone, the sword of truth for Arthur. Because he was worthy, he was able to pull the sword out of the stone. And so this could be, for some of you, a signal that truth and justice and things coming into balance because of your worthiness and your worthy heart and everything that you have been through, coming through for you this year of 2024 as well. And then last card is really beautiful. It says gentle force, consistency, persistence, patience, the long game. Persistence is the energy of the strength card. And so you're just being asked to be consistent, be patient, keep your vision, focus on the long game. You are guided by a gentle force. We are all guided and held by this gentle force of divinity, of unconditional love. Trust and believe in that. All right. So this was part 1. And part 2 will be coming soon. Again, wishing everyone most beautiful and happy holidays. I love you all. I miss you, but I will see you soon. Take care.